I'll be dreaming. 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 I'll be dreaming.
We run this.
Yeah, we run this. We do whatever we want. So if you want to explain it, you can explain it. If
He
you don't want
produces
to,
it. We make this shit. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. So
You
what's
have to be on like Christmas edition and use your spirit fingers.
Christmas edition? Spirit fingers.
Gotta use your jazz hands.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Jazz hands. That's
Yes.
it. Not spirit fingers.
I actually started recording already. So welcome to Famous for Nothing podcast with Spirit Fingers, Christmas edition. And she has a subreddit called "Am I the Asshole?" and she wants to go over some things about it.
Yeah. So basically, if you've never heard of it before, it's a subreddit r/AITAH or r/Am I the Asshole. Basically, people go on there and share these extensive stories with you, and it's up to Reddit commenters to decide the verdict. So,
Do you have one in particular that's pretty spicy?
I haven't read anything to prepare, so I guess I'm gonna show my live reactions as well as yours. I guess what I'll do is I'll read this story, and then we'll all just kind of give our take on it.
So is it supposed to be like, are we the assholes in the Reddit itself, or is it just like, are they the assholes in it, and we're to
Basically,
judge if they
someone
are?
tells this horrible story of this thing they probably did wrong, and you tell that person whether you think they're an asshole or not.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Okay, so the title of this one is, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Sister to Be Quiet While Having Sex with Her Boyfriend?
Wait, hold on. Sister having sex with her boyfriend?
Yeah, so off the bat, yes. You are the asshole.
Yes. You don't have to go in detail.
No.
Just wanted some privacy,
The story
man.
is the best part of it. Come on. Okay, are you guys ready? So, for context, I, 16 female, and my 20 female sisters' rooms are next door to each other with relatively thin walls. In the past few months, my sister got a boyfriend, and everything was fun and exciting until she started bringing him home. It started with them very loudly laughing while play fighting and hitting each other, etc., which would have been fine during the day, but he only came around from 7 p.m. onwards. I brought it up with her, just asking them to be quiet because in the end, it's our house too. I've had to bring it up a lot because they don't listen, which, in my opinion, is highly disrespectful to everyone around them. Every time I brought it up, she gets defensive and makes an excuse. The longer they've been together, they obviously had sex. They're adults and they can do what they want. I'm not a prude, but I don't think people shouldn't have sex. But I don't get the appeal of having sex to a noticeable level in a house with 5 other people. It made me and my sister very uncomfortable to hear my sister, all caps, having sex next door, like I could hear slapping, moaning, you get it. Regardless of my feelings about it, I waited until he left to be respectful of him because he's a nice guy and my family likes him, and I brought it up with her. She began her usual excuses, either laughing it off or one of my favorites being me, as in, I guess, the poster talking. You need to be quiet. I don't want to hear that. Her sister speaking. We can't be quiet. You'll get it once you get a boyfriend. Me. If you can't be quiet, just don't do it at all. All caps. Her. We can't not do it. And that was the conversation. It was really heavy on my mind and we were pretty open family, so I told my mom thinking she understands and have a conversation with her, and she did it first. My sister didn't listen, and the more I brought it up, the more my mom started getting mad at me. Getting mad at me for being uncomfortable hearing my sister having sex. What the actual fuck? Tonight is my last straw. I'm a respectful person. I didn't want to embarrass them, but I can't handle it anymore.
I feel like this is personal, Nikila. Like this is very personal.
They were having sex and I could hear it, so I first messaged her to avoid that eventually. That sentence doesn't make sense. Basically, she banged very loudly on the wall and yelled, "Shut up." They did, in fact, shut up. But I obviously don't care that much, as only 15 minutes later I could hear them laughing through the wall. I'm so fucking sick of this, and it has literally brought me to tears of frustration. I can't just leave the house at night. I'm only 16. I can't move out, and I have no authority over her. I'm still waiting to see if she'll say anything tomorrow, but if she does, I'm not going to hold back. I just don't understand why she doesn't care. Like, does she want me to fucking hear that? Isn't she embarrassed by the fact we can hear it? I don't know what the fuck she's thinking. All I know is I need it to stop or I'm gonna blow up.
It sounds like she already did blow up.
She's 16?
Yeah, she's 16. She doesn't fucking get it.
Yeah, that turns into something else.
She's not an asshole. She's just ignorant.
I think she's the asshole.
You think so?
Yeah,
Well,
like...
what kind of asshole, though? Like,
I don't know. I feel like that's a sticky situation.
Oh, it is the sticky situation, yes.
She's making too big of a deal about it. Like,
It really-
just reading that.
Yeah, but when you're a
annoyed.
teenager, everything's like the end of the world. Like, every emotion's like the end of the world.
Yeah, it sounds like she's almost jealous of her sister. That's
No
what it
doubt.
sounds like to
No
me.
doubt.
But also, like, you can do your shit without, like, interrupting other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, don't go out of your way to be loud. It sounds a little bit like she's going out of her way to be loud.
I mean...
That
yeah,
could go
you know.
both ways, but really, I mean, she don't have to make that big of a deal. She's kind of blown out of proportion because she's just pissy. But at the same time,
I don't know. Look.
If these were your daughters, what would you do?
My daughters?
Yeah.
There ain't no dude coming in at like 6 p.m. Like,
Well, they're all above. Like,
That's their curfew,
Yeah.
okay?
That's
Out
they're
by
all
7 p.m.
they're all older than 16. Like the older.
that's great. I hope they have their own place because there's still no dude coming in at 7 p.m. Look, I have a son, okay? So if I had a girl, I'm sorry, I would be extremely sexist about the whole thing.
Oh, so you have double standards?
So you're gonna
Oh,
allow little
yeah.
harlots over after 7 p.m.?
Sure, if the parents are cool with it. I mean,
They're gonna have little harlots.
I guess, but like, I mean, I'm not gonna be dumb about it, you know. I'll keep watch or whatnot, but I would trust a girl coming over than I would trust a guy coming over.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Unfortunately, I mean,
In the world we live in, yeah, that
little
sounds
boys
about
are
right.
fuckheads.
So yeah, if I had a little girl, ain't no dudes coming over or coming or anything. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
Like, it's just not gonna happen. That would be super sexist. It would be really unfair, and it's a good thing, you know, if I had a kid now, they wouldn't be close in age too much. So like, yeah, if it was like that, like a year apart, it would just be probably really unfair for like the girl, whether she's older or younger, because Phoenix or whatever boy would always just get more freedom, you know.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
But that's just me. You
So
know?
do you think the 16-year-old is the asshole?
What's the verdict, guys?
Honestly, I think she's being a little bit of an
I mean,
asshole.
she's being dramatic, but also just like,
It's a validated asshole, though.
yeah, like don't sit there and like be
Maybe
super
everyone's
loud.
the asshole here.
Pretty
No,
much.
That's
don't
one
be-
of the verdicts.
Don't be super loud. Okay, look, I don't have siblings. I have siblings, but they're like real young. But like, you have
They're
a
like
sister
8.
who's old enough, right? If your sister was living next or like living here and she was just being super loud, like that would get annoying. You'd just be like,
But it's the opposite in the story. The older one, it would be like
I
me
mean, it
and you
doesn't
being
matter.
loud and my sister asking us to stop.
then yeah, we're kind of in the wrong because it's like,
If we were living in my parents' house, yes. However, if it was her, if this older sister was in her own place, and her little sister was
Then that little
with her-
sister ain't got shit.
Yeah, like
you gotta shut up.
they are all under their
I
who I
think
imagine is their
if
parents.
she
right?
was staying here, she would, since she's an adult and stuff, she would probably be paying her part.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's both houses, so you know, respect each other. I think the whole being loud thing is like more of, you know, that's you on your own, but when you live with other people, I mean,
We gotta be respectful of everybody's boundaries.
if you don't want to be respectful to this person's boundary, then get your own place. You know.
Okay, so just the verdict is just
Be
I think-
respectful of one another.
I think the people being loud actually is more of an asshole. That's what I'm going to go with. I think they're more an asshole because there's a person who's 16, because that's a big deal. Since they're 16, they can't move out. I mean, they could, but
they wouldn't make it.
they're at home. Okay, the older sister who can move out can go get her own damn place, while the younger sister is just stuck there at home listening to this BS. You know,
Yeah.
I'd piss me off. You know, if I felt like I was a younger sister, like I can't go anywhere. I want to be home. That's why I like when we relax. Fucking the world is ending right now.
Yeah.
You know? The world is completely ending. The only time I feel better is when I'm at home. But when I'm at home, all I hear is like, oh, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, just like,
And slapping and moaning and
like-
everything.
like, you know.
Evidently, he's not that good of a guy.
Yeah.
You know.
and yeah, I wouldn't. No, she's not an asshole.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, she isn't. She's dramatic. But
She's a 16-year-old.
yeah.
You're
I mean,
a 16-year-old girl. Okay.
All teenagers are assholes.
Are you guys ready for the next one?
we can get another one. Let's go for it.
Go ahead.
Let's do it. I got loads. This one's a little bit shorter, but not by much. Okay. Am I the asshole for filing for divorce a week after our dog died? Me,
No.
37-year-old male. Oh yeah, what is
That's it.
without context, what's the verdict?
I'm gonna say no
Okay.
Wait.
because I feel like
Okay.
if you got a divorce or if you're getting a divorce or whatever, I feel like that was like a long time coming. You know?
Yeah.
No, you can't add context. You just have to go with what the context is given.
Well, the context given, I'm saying no.
Like
because
just the title alone.
Yeah.
Just the
without
title alone. You
context.
can't add anything.
I don't think it's a total douchebag move.
Yeah, I'm
But-
sure there's more to
but,
the story.
I mean, if it was the dude's dog, you know, and not both their dogs, like if they both felt something, you know, like towards this dog, then maybe it's like it's okay, you know, like whatever. It's a long time coming. But if it was dude's dog and she didn't give a shit about the dog, and the dog died, then she did it, a little bit more messed up, you know, like his dog just died. Now he has nothing.
Am I forced to give a verdict?
Yeah,
like
go
right
ahead.
now? Am I forced to
yes,
give one?
Yes.
If you had to.
No.
what would you say?
He is
You
obligated.
don't have to elaborate. It's a long
No.
story.
I'm going to
obligated.
say that they are the asshole. I'm going to be the
Okay.
devil's advocate. I'm going to say they are.
Okay, giving them or giving his or her wife or spouse the benefit of the doubt.
Oh,
Gotcha.
no. She just assumed gender.
It's-
I actually already read the first sentence, so.
So another thing is too is like the people that like break up with you or you whatnot like the day before your birthday or day after, like or on your birthday.
That's just because you're broke and you don't feel like buying them nothing.
That's not a bad idea.
It's a good get out of jail free
Can I
card.
like end our relationship every birthday?
Every birthday, but then come back together
Yeah.
after it's done?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like oh man, you know.
I'm already locked in. I can't
Yeah,
do that.
damn. So
I'm
you know,
screwed.
Hey man, I might be free man on Christmas. Just saying.
Every holiday.
Every holiday. Anytime about the Boston Valentine's Day, I'm definitely gonna be single now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, am I the asshole for filing for divorce a week after our dog died? Me, 37-year-old male, and my wife, 36-year-old female, were together since high school. She's my sister's best friend. I can still remember my sister asking us, so when the hell are you two going to get together? That was the push we needed to stop beating around the bush and admit our feelings for each other. Our marriage was great until I caught her cheating 2 years ago. I would have filed for divorce right away had it not been for our dog. I didn't want to risk a pet custody battle and the possibility of losing and never seeing him again. She begged me to stay, so I did. I also told her I'm only staying for the dog. Then she asked if I'd let her continue with her affairs, telling me it didn't mean anything beyond sex and that she deserves it for being the main breadwinner.
Ooh.
She makes 70% of our income. At that point, I figured that it was over in all but name, so I told her whatever. I figured she felt guilty and wanted to make up for it when she started trying to buy me gifts, but I told her no. Fast forward to last week when our dog of 10 years passed away. Hurt like hell, but I knew it would happen eventually. Yesterday, when I told her I'm filing for divorce, she looked at me incredulously. Then it was tears. I told her I won't be asking for alimony and would be moving out in a few days. She called me heartless before running outside. My sister later turned out and tore me a new one, telling me I could have waited at least a month instead of doing this to her when she is already fragile.
No.
No, you are not an asshole.
He's a dumbass. Should have done it way sooner.
Yes.
Look, if it's our best friend's sister's best friend, you're still gonna see the dog, probably.
Okay, I'm gonna say the wife's a total dick.
Yeah.
Total
Absolutely.
dick.
Or maybe not. It's one-sided.
It is one-sided, but if I'm just going off this side, she's a dick.
Well, going off one side,
Absolutely.
being like, "Hey, I'm the breadwinner," or "Hey."
So
blah,
I'm
blah,
gonna
blah.
do whatever I want to
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
and you're gonna take it.
And this guy didn't do anything else. Didn't say anything else. He's just like, okay.
He felt like he had to because he didn't make it.
I mean, I get that part, but also I'm sure he said and did some stuff too. I feel like that's very one-sided. But whatever side, you know, I feel like there's a lot there that he is not being said, you know. But
Sure,
with that,
sure.
with that, separate this part. She cheated. So
Yep.
yeah, she cheated. So I'm sure there's a whole lot going on that was not being told or whatnot. But once you,
She drew the line.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think this needs to be elaborated
No.
on.
No.
He or she's clearly the asshole. He's not the asshole.
No. Now the whole like divorcing before the dog with like the parental stuff. I don't know about that. Like I would have probably divorced her as soon as I found out. Like and then tried to fight custody for the dog. Like I would have.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. Like do they do that? Like I would just take the fucking
Yeah,
dog.
I'm pretty sure there's like some
Just take the damn thing and go.
Nah, you can't give away the dog, man.
One of the comments says, "Oh my god, not the asshole. She actually asked you if she can continue having sex with men other than her husband. What the fuck? You were very strong and have stayed in the relationship for your dog's sake. I'm sorry for the loss of your little guy. It must be hard for you right now, having to grieve, to deal with a divorce, and to deal with your sister who doesn't seem to be showing you any support. I'm sorry for what you're going through. Stay strong."
Yeah, the sister automatically took her side and
Yeah.
called him. Now, granted, I could see like, oh, you couldn't have waited, but you know that was the whole point of him waiting. That was the whole point. Like as soon as that thing croaked, it's like, look, we're done. That's it. That was the whole point. And didn't he tell her too?
Wait, did she ask before or after she cheated?
After.
Sounds like it was after.
She said she did it for the sex, so he already knew. So she wanted like validation to keep doing it because she was the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a total dick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. These aren't as questionable as I thought they was going to be. Or that one's
There's
not.
all different kinds.
That one's not as questionable as I thought.
You gotta have one that's like full one-sided. Then you gotta have some that are like, oh, wishy-washy,
Yeah.
washy-washy.
Thinking us having some, what's the word? Debates?
Yeah.
Debates.
I wanna fight right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip this table.
You guys ready for
You
the
can look
next
up
one?
like, do they have like Reddit debates? Like,
Ooh,
like
that's
hot
actually-
debates.
That is actually not a bad idea.
I'm not saying that your idea is bad. I was just wondering if they do that. There's a debate
that's
right
a
there. Am,
subreddit?
am I being an asshole right now? Is
Yeah,
that
you
the
kind of
debate?
being an asshole.
Is that the
right now.
debate?
We're kind of being an asshole because she just put up a topic, and then you interrupt this topic, and then no, I'm just kidding. I never ever get on Reddit.
I get on Reddit whenever I need
I
help
only
with
did
shit.
it recently, and it's
The people I know that say they get on Reddit or on Reddit like a lot. A lot.
I do it when I need help with shit. Like when my shit's broken, and I'm like, hey, does anybody else go through this? And they're like, yeah, this is how I fixed it. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
My buddy
really
Ryan, he does it.
How's he doing?
He's good. We work together now.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your place hiring?
Yeah,
Cool.
they are. But right now,
I'm not doing it now, but
Okay.
I'll do it after the holiday.
Yeah, that's yeah. You should totally do that. A lot better.
Do I have to
Because-
drive a truck?
No,
Okay, cool.
no, I can't. You can't even drive a truck until like a year or 4 years or whatnot. I'll tell you after the podcast more stuff about it. But yeah, it's a really good job as far as like benefits and everything else goes.
What is it, UPS?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but
All right.
Go ahead.
You got any debates?
they have a debate subreddit, but it's not as popular. Which doesn't that matters to me because it says people don't give a shit about that stuff as much as this other subreddit I've been reading from. These literally have like thousands of upvotes and thousands of comments, and then you go to the debate subreddit and it's like a
7.
1-digit number
I feel like
of each. So-
if it's debates, that sounds very political for one.
Yes, and it is
Yeah.
political.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
It
Yeah.
is
Don't do
But
that.
I'm guaranteeing what we're talking about is not called debates. It's probably called something else. Like am I the asshole kind of thing? You know, like there's probably some kind of wording where that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
That,
know what
that,
is
that makes
for.
sense.
But yeah, fucking.
There's a confession subreddit, but I mean, that's not getting us talking about
I feel like
other people.
confessions could just be like lies too.
Yeah.
like I don't know.
I told my wife I was at golfing when really I was at work.
But no, I feel like it's just they just say random shit to get likes or something. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a confession. Like, oh, I did this one time or whatever. It's like, no, you
Are you going back to Am I the Asshole?
Not
Yeah.
if you guys don't want me to.
No, I'm totally down for it.
Oh, yeah, go
Really?
ahead. Go ahead, yeah.
You guys into it? You feeling it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try
This
and
one
make them
has-
up on the table.
4,700 upvotes and 1,500 comments.
Damn.
Okay. Am I the asshole for divorcing my wife after she changed her mind about having children? Off the bat, no. No. That's a big thing to just change your mind
Yeah,
about
I'm-
after you decided to marry.
Hey, actually, can I wait before you read that one? Is there any way you could just like look at the names of like the debate or like the titles?
What do you mean?
Like, can you just like scroll and just be like this
You
one?
can read the titles, yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you like scroll and just say like 5 different titles and just like see what they are?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
'Cause,
go all the way to the top and I'll
Okay, but-
refresh it.
I'm very curious on like what these names or whatever is.
Am I the asshole for telling my aunt she is cruel for selling puppies? Am I the asshole for suggesting to my ex to take our daughter to Hawaii with him? Am I the asshole for not telling my boyfriend that I was a virgin before we had sex?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
We should talk about that one.
You guys
But
wanna
keep
read
going.
that?
Yeah.
Wait. Well, keep going though.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister that her husband set me up with a pimp?
Oh.
Am I the asshole because I told my husband I'd rather stay home on my birthday and do nothing than spend it at his parents' house celebrating Christmas?
Obviously not.
Yeah, that's your fucking birthday.
Am I the asshole for telling my roommate I'm taking the washer and dryer when I move out?
And if you paid for it, yeah.
Actually, I would like to read that one too. Okay, go ahead.
Am I the asshole for taking banking access away from family?
Oh, probably. Depends.
That one sounds juicy. Am I the asshole for dividing my family over my sister's boyfriend? Am I the asshole for being a bad friend because my friend believes I didn't give her a piece of my success?
What the fuck? No.
Wait, repeat that one.
Am I the asshole for being a bad friend because my friend believes I didn't give her a piece of my success?
If
That sounds very
They-
complicated.
I mean, I don't know. But if they didn't do anything with it, then sure.
What was
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm good. That was it.
What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say, what was the first one you said that we were like?
The first one that
The virgin.
he said
The virgin
was
one?
interesting. Yeah. Am I the asshole for not telling my boyfriend that I was a virgin before we had sex?
Okay.
How about
Your thing's
yeah?
blinking.
What time is it? Oh, that should be fine. Hey, I can't get out. You just want to look at that and just see if it says recording real quick.
Yeah. Hold on.
No, you're good. Just right off the bat, the whole virgin thing.
You can't lie about that.
Did you lie or just not tell him?
Not in my opinion, by not telling him,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously he's had some kind of reaction
Mm-hmm.
afterwards. You by not speaking up, you were lying. In my opinion, like
How about you?
that's a little too close to home for me personally.
Okay.
So
what,
yeah.
what was the thing one more time? Like you were the asshole because you didn't tell your boyfriend you were a virgin before you had sex?
Yes.
Okay, so she didn't tell him before they had sex. So that
Yes.
means he found out.
Afterwards. And he's
Afterward.
obviously felt some type of way about it, or she wouldn't have posted this on Reddit. You know?
Yeah, I think she's the asshole. That's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some
Off the
people.
bat, just off the bat, without any context.
Yeah, she's kind of an asshole. That's kind of the first one we're like, oh, yeah, she's an asshole.
I want to know about the washer dryer one, honestly.
You know about the watch?
You don't want me to read this one?
Oh no, she's a fucking sorry.
But what if you read the
Fucking thing.
story and it changes your mind?
Change my no. You should. there's no reason. Like, what reason do you have to not tell them that you're a virgin?
Maybe a bad experience before.
Yeah.
You never
Like,
know.
what if something bad happened to her?
Do the washer and dryer one, and then we'll go back to the other one.
Okay.
Okay, look, what bad experience could she have? Like, she got molested?
I don't know.
I mean, wait, if that's the case, hold on. If that's the case, that she something bad happened to her before,
Uh-huh.
you know, I'm not a girl, but I feel like maybe that's something you should be open about as well before you also have sex.
That could be a can of worms.
That's probably the last
No, okay,
thing
look.
that a woman would discuss.
Imagine
with her
you're
partner.
like as a guy, I feel like, you know, that's something like if that's the only thing that's ever happened to you ever, is like that, you know, I feel like I would want to fucking know because like there's like certain reactions, certain things, like trauma especially that could happen during that process instead of it just
And
happening.
you would want to know how to help
Yeah,
prevent
well,
that
not,
from
yeah,
happening.
like I don't want to like, you know, oh, we're having fun
I get
now.
that. You're
and
saying
then she's
you'd
going-
be understanding if your partner was sexually traumatized.
Yeah.
However,
That's a good way to put it.
when you're
Yeah.
sexually traumatized, you probably
don't wanna bring it up.
want to talk about
Even though that's the first thing you probably should do, that's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, I understand this is something
traumatic.
you don't want to do, but
You relive
I
it
feel like
if you
if
talk
you're, you know, being sexual, then like all the way, especially, then that person should probably know what's going on, you know? Because what if this guy just gets ballsy? He's like, oh, fucking...
I'm gonna pull your hair.
Yeah, I'm going to choke you or something, you know? And then all of a sudden, it's just like everything from like, what, they've been together for like, you know, 6 months or something, it's just gone, you know?
Yeah.
Like all gone because it's something he didn't know, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
you know?
That again, that's a very like double-edged sword.
Okay, but the point is, she should tell.
She should have told.
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We swerved with that curve.
Yeah,
But-
without any context,
Yeah.
she should have
So
spoken up.
after the washer and dryer one, I think we should read the title. If we all come into agreement, we skip it. But if we all think something different, we should read it.
There we go. I like that.
Okay. We're doing the controversial ones. I got it.
Ooh.
Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my roommate I'm taking the washer and dryer when I move out? Sorry. For context, I work at a hardware store and got an amazing deal on a washer and a dryer set. I was very fortunate, but there's no way I would be able to get a deal like that again. I bought it on my card with the understanding that my roommate and I would go half since we both would be using them. That was 6 months ago, and I'm now moving out somewhere else. I told them I would be taking them with me since I never received any money for them and have been asking at least once or twice a month since purchasing them. It's always, I don't have it, or I can't afford to right now, which is fine, except when there's a dozen bags from the mall or Target, etc. Now that I'm moving out, they're arguing that I should let them keep them because I could get a better deal than they could, XYZ. They said they would pay half, but when they told me they would be paying me back in full, about $500, they said, well, what am I going to do with nothing? I feel like an asshole, but at the same time, the complex has washers and dryers available, just not in the unit. Am I the asshole?
No.
Absolutely not. You spent your money, they don't want to give you... They had a chance to give you money. They had a chance for it to be theirs too.
They're just
and-
being fucking greedy and they don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, they're lazy. Sleazes.
I think we all know people like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's
Baby
keep
man.
going with the. That was too easy.
Baby man
Too easy.
being sleazy.
Am I the asshole for taking banking access away from my family?
No. I don't care what the reason is.
Yeah.
If you have the access to it, you know, if you're the main person, there's probably a reason for that. You know,
Okay.
So, I'm just gonna put it
Yeah,
that.
I go with.
There's probably a reason, like they're the ones in charge of the money and whatnot. So
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
I agree.
I concur.
because I think if there's two people in charge, right, like you would have to get both. Like I don't know, I think that second person could still get access.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah. What else you got for me? Or for us?
Am I the asshole for twisting my mom's arm after she wouldn't stop hugging me when I wanted to be left alone?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, don't lay your hands on your mama. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my brother money for a lawyer so he can fight for emergency custody for my nephew?
Ooh. Okay. Yes.
Do you guys want to read
Can you
this
read it
one?
one more time? I'm sorry.
Am I the asshole for refusing to give my brother money for a lawyer so he can fight for an emergency custody order from my nephew? So the brother needs money.
For the nephew to have an emergency. Okay. Yeah, I would do that one. Because
This one has a lot of upvotes.
I have personal history with that because the same thing happened to me. So.
Okay, this one's kind of long. Hang in there, guys. My brother's wife is divorcing him. In addition to filing for divorce, she filed for emergency custody of my nephew, and it was granted. My brother wants me to give, not loan, him money for an attorney so he can appeal the emergency custody order. I refuse to do it because I agree with the order. Am I the asshole for refusing to give him the money even though I can afford it? He's in denial and doesn't think he has a problem. My brother got a new job, and one of his colleagues there was going to give him Adderall to help him be more productive. My brother does not have ADHD or any other condition that would mean he would be prescribed Adderall, but he lied to his doctor about having the symptoms of ADHD to get a prescription after his colleague got fired and he lost his supplier. One prescription was not enough, and he was going to try to get another one from a different doctor until he found out that our province tracks who is prescribed Adderall, and he would get flagged because he already has a prescription. This is where he crossed the line in my mind. He took my nephew to the doctor and lied about him having ADHD symptoms. My nephew was only 3 years old when my brother did this. He doesn't even have ADHD. The pediatrician was suspicious because my nephew has no symptoms, and because my brother told the doctor not to tell his wife about my nephew being prescribed medication since it would worry her. The doctor refused to prescribe my nephew Adderall and notified his wife. His wife told my brother he had to seek treatment for his Adderall use and wanted him to see a therapist too. He agreed, but then he was caught trying to impersonate someone to get another prescription. He was charged for that by the police, and he also admitted he was planning to rob a pharmacy if he couldn't get the Adderall another way. All of the above things are my brother admitted. All of the above are things my brother admitted. It's not secondhand information. A judge agreed with my sister-in-law that my brother can't be trusted to be around my nephew. My brother is only allowed to see his nephew while supervised by a social worker. He also has a trial coming up over the impersonation to get more Adderall. He wants me to help him appeal the emergency custody / supervised visitation order. But I agree with my sister-in-law and the judge that my brother shouldn't be alone with my nephew right now. My brother says I'm betraying him, though, and being a bad brother by refusing to help him with this.
She is not the asshole.
Oh, wait. So, what was the title again?
Am I the asshole for refusing to give my brother money for a lawyer so he can fight for emergency custody?
How is he
order
going to
for
get
my
emergency
nephew?
custody? That's what I don't understand.
Dude, he can't because he doesn't have an attorney. But, even if he had an attorney, he'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah, there is no emergency custody. There's
Yeah,
no
no.
reason. Like, the emergency custody should go against him.
Yeah, that's flown out the window. So even if he had the attorney, he'd be screwed. So, yeah, she's
Without
not the
a
asshole.
doubt, he's not the asshole.
No.
That was really long to say, hey,
Her brother's a fucking addict and
Yeah.
began to use
Yeah.
his nephew for the addiction. Yeah, no, you do not get to be the emergency contact for that shit. No.
That would be such a waste of money. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a loan. He just asked to be given it to him. He wouldn't even go to pay her back.
I thought it was more controversial. Okay, can we talk about what I thought it was going to be? Because
Sure.
what we all thought probably was going to be is the fact that this child is in trouble. They need emergency custody to get this child, but they don't have the money for it. So they ask the brother, be like, hey.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah.
a drug addiction was going to be part of the picture.
So be like, hey, I need to get my child emergency custody, whatever, but I don't have the money for this, and they tell them no. Are they
That would have
asshole?
been. Are you asking me if that would have been?
Yeah. All right, who's the asshole?
So the story is.
Let's go by this, okay? Let's go by this. So, just hypothetical, okay? So, say someone in the family, not me, but someone in the family or whatever, has a child or whatever. Let's just say Tyler or something. I don't know. Sorry, Howdy. But let's just say Tyler, he's with his kid, whatnot, and then for whatever reason, Hottie just went off the deep end and got really bad on drugs, right?
Okay.
And then they split up and all this stuff's going on, and Tyler's like, hey, I need to get emergency custody, but I don't have the money to do this, whatnot. And he comes to you and he's like, hey, this is like, fucking $3,000, $2,000, whatnot, and that's about what you have.
Mm-hmm.
But no one else has that, and only you.
Okay. Would I be the asshole by not giving it to him?
That's the question.
Yeah, I guess so.
If we're gonna just plug Tyler into this story, kind of. First of all, if he asked for it and then asked to pay it back, then
Like a loan.
Then
Yeah,
yes.
but he didn't know when he's gonna pay it back.
But if that was my only source of money,
And
and
you
like
leave me
I
broke?
could, and it left me broke, and I couldn't get by, then no, I'm not the asshole. But let's say I could get by, and he did ask for a loan, then yes, I would be the asshole because I could have helped him out, and he obviously needs that help because Heidi's off the fucking deep end,
Yeah, Heidi, what the fuck?
right?
I don't think anyone would ever be an asshole for refusing to give them that amount of money unless they're like rich or something. However, I mean, if this person that's searching and trying to get custody of their child and drugs are not involved, I mean, they deserve to be helped.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, duh. Yeah. This guy's definitely not the asshole.
No.
Yeah, no.
No way.
Yeah, I like the hypothetical. Like do you care about this kid enough to to take all your money, or are you gonna let the kid suffer with whatever he's suffering with?
Let the kid suffer.
Yeah, okay.
Let the kid live in the meth lab. It's fine.
That's a hard one.
He can chew on crystals. It's fine.
That is a hard one because it's like if that is all the money you have and you have to donate to, for whatever.
Then why are they asking you for money in the first place? Why aren't they asking?
Obviously, they're that desperate.
Are you the only person they know? Like, surely someone they know has more money than you.
There
Who
is that
knows?
question. Like,
I mean, okay, for example, like on top of your head, do you know anybody you can get like just like $3,000 for, like off the bat?
No.
Exactly, But you might know one person. You know what I mean?
yeah, Isaac, because he rolls in the dough from this podcast, right?
I make so much money from this podcast.
I know, man.
I think
You're just humble.
I know, like as of right now, I think if I put all my podcasts together, actually, I'll look right now. I'll say it on the podcast how much I've made. It's a good bit. So
All the ad revenue.
yeah, that's actually what it's from. It's from the ad revenue. So
But first, a quick plug. Raid Shadow Legends.
yes, Raid Shadow Legends. So I got a new phone. Never mind. I guess I can't do it because
You're not signed in?
I'm not signed in.
Oof.
Well, I know for a fact, if you count 51 episodes so far with the advertisements, it comes up to almost, not there yet, almost $2. So I'm doing pretty good.
I thought you were going to say like 12 or 15 or
No.
something.
Almost $2.
No.
I've almost made $2. But I will also say this. My first very few episodes, the ones not even on video, it's just the ones that are audio.
Audio only, yeah.
Yeah, I had advertisements on for them.
Do you not advertise Anchor anymore?
That's what it was. And then I just stopped doing it completely. It was literally on like a few episodes when I very first started, and then I just did no more after that.
Ah.
Because you have to turn it on, and I haven't turned any of them on. And it's a really old recording of it, like before I even got the audio good. And then I was just like, I'll redo it, and I just never redid it. So, and not only that, it's like I don't know. If I do make money off of it, if I actually am making money, I would say if I had them on all my episodes, I'm sure I would have less than like 30 or 50, like probably 30. I would probably have like less than $30, So it's not, it wouldn't be anything to shoot home about. But, no, actually, I'm rolling the dough, like I said.
There you go. Yeah. You're humble.
Yeah.
You're very humble.
Yeah. Just saying it publicly for the people who want to start a podcast,
Yeah.
We'll be like, I want to make money or whatever.
This is the easiest way to make money right here.
Which I think it would be if you actually have
Passion.
fuck off. No, if you're trying to make this like your main thing, like if you have money to actually blow more for super advertising, or if you can just make this your number one thing, I think it'd be cool. I think you could make money off of it if you wanted to, but like, I didn't do this to start making money. So I guess I don't really have that drive to like try to get like all the way out there and do all this other stuff.
Have you ever thought about doing scripted episodes?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, me and her have had this conversation too about like podcasts, and you know, people can feel free to come in, but like the whole trying to entertain like all these other people or anyone else that's watching, I kind of just do this to like talk to my friends for the most part, you know?
Yeah.
Or just like have a conversation that's recorded.
Like,
and
it's for him.
yeah, it's
not
for me.
For his viewers.
I don't really give a shit about like, oh, is this going to get more views, or if people are going to talk about this or whatnot. Like, I don't care. Like, I like the idea of just like coming in and talking with somebody, whatever, you know?
I
It's
just mean
fun.
like creating something that's more like personalized. That's more of like more you instead of it just being like the same thing over and over.
I wouldn't
fine.
know how to do that probably. Besides, it's Kingdom Hearts or something. You know?
Ah, okay.
You know, like I don't know what if it was scripted or whatnot. I wouldn't know what to put in there that would like try to be me. I guess.
I got you.
You know, but I mean, also I don't really care about too much. It's just like being me. Like I like to hear from other people's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as well. You know? But yeah, it's mainly just to be like talking to friends. So, but I don't know how we got on this topic. I think it was just like advertisement.
Yeah,
Shoot
well,
the
just-
shit.
Yeah, of like rolling in the dough or whatnot.
It just snowballed.
Yeah. But like, I have spent a lot of money on just this stuff, you know. So.
I was
yeah,
here
she-
whenever the table was right over there.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten pretty far into it, you know, and I know she definitely feels like I need to try to monetize this more, which I probably do need to try to monetize it, which I honestly don't think it would be too hard. I think most of it would be pay for advertising, knowing where to put it at, and my social media accounts, which I said I was going to do after episode 15. It's only episode 15. I'm like not even like really active on those, but you just make clips every, I would say 2 to 3 days. Just have a clip and one from like each episode or whatever, and you just start putting them out, and you got to be consistent with it. And the more consistent you are, the more chance you have of someone watching and seeing that and following and whatnot. And then that's how you start growing the people. And it could start slow, or it could catch on fast, or it could just be like a steady thing. But there's no way you're not going to keep posting over and over and over and over in these small clips that could be entertaining, and people are not going to start watching more or start following more. Obviously, the algorithm, that's just how it works. The more consistent you are about it, the more,
And you had to stay
interactions.
consistent too.
Yeah, but the more interactions and all this other stuff you have is like that's how you grow a fan base, and then you're paying for advertisement too. Obviously, like that's where everything comes in at once. Just doing all that stuff. But I'm doing this by myself too, so like it is 51, 52 episodes. It'd be great if I had like an editor or something. But like me doing this by myself is just like, I feel like it's just a lot to try to do all that too. But yeah, anyway, that was just on a rant out of nowhere. Sorry.
That's
But,
okay.
Inside of Famous for Nothing podcast.
Behind the curtain.
Yeah. So I feel like you guys are just like listening, like, okay, we get it. But
No.
The
Stop talking.
inside scoop.
yeah, we get it. You can stop talking. Like I feel like I'm blushing right now.
Well, I feel like I don't want to go over time because I know where
Oh shit! No, we got like an hour still. Honestly.
Seriously?
Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes, almost. Yeah. So, anyway, you go ahead.
Do you want me to keep reading more?
Yeah.
of these
Yes.
subreddits?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I just went on a total rant.
We'll just continue to snowball if
Yeah.
you don't.
Are we still just going through the titles, or do you want me
Sure.
to pick one and read it?
Sure.
Okay, I'll pick one and read it. Am I the asshole for staying silent during an intimate moment when my girlfriend said, "Mine's the best P ... explicit you've ever got"?
Oh.
No. No.
Are we allowed to say that on here?
What? Yeah, you say we've cussed and talked
Okay.
about sex as
So
soon as we
basically,
started.
she's saying This is the best pussy you ever got.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's how they wrote it in here. It's P.
Yeah, they can't put that on Reddit, I don't think.
Oh wait, I took it differently. I thought the guy was saying this is the best penis.
No, it's he stayed silent when his girlfriend asked him if she was the best he ever got.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so who's asking the question?
Him.
So is he the asshole for staying quiet after she asked him, is this the best pussy you ever
wait,
I'd
got?
wait.
say yes.
Okay,
No context.
I was about to ask. So
He has to think
I want
about
to
it.
I want to hear the details and the perspective and the thought process from you.
So I don't speak during sex, but if I gathered up the courage to ask my boyfriend or my partner that, I would probably be devastated if he just didn't say a
say
fucking
nothing
word.
back.
Yeah, I would. That
Wait.
would make me really uncomfortable.
I don't know if I just zoned out or what, but like, so did she ask it during sex?
Yes.
Yes, like during it, she asked him, is this the best
during
pussy you ever
an
got?
intimate moment.
Hmm.
Okay.
And he just fucking looked at her and
Yes, he's
didn't
the
say
asshole.
shit.
Unless she's like absolutely fucking disgusting or something.
Unless it was like the bitchy way to say like, is it like this is the best one you ever had, isn't it? Like then it's like, well, dude, you're kind of
Still, you say yes.
yeah, I get
Still.
that. I get that.
Unless she's absolutely disgusting.
But
But in that case, why are you banging
Yeah,
her?
why the hell are you in the moment in the first place?
Because
So
men are gross, that's why.
why did he like?
There's so many different ways you could have done it besides being quiet.
I could see a girl being quiet if a guy asked that, but like
Oh, then it's not. Then you're not an asshole.
I mean, they still kind of. It would be uncomfortable.
Double
if a
standards,
girl
my
didn't speak
ass.
up.
But
like,
imagine just like saying that, like, okay, for
and you didn't say a word.
no, not just that, but like, I think the word penis is funny. You know, just the word by itself. When
It is.
if they're in sex, I'd be like, this is the best penis you ever had? Like, can you?
You're
even
gonna
take
start
the-
laughing, like
Yeah.
no matter what.
Obviously, you probably say it different
Laughing
ways.
would be better in this case than him just not saying
Yeah.
a word at all.
I just
would be
imagine-
so uncomfortable.
I just imagine the windows sound like da-da-da-da, and he's just like standing there looking at it, like
I
processing.
wonder how that ended or whatnot. Like,
Let's give you
please-
some
please tell the
context,
story.
guys.
Okay.
Both 30, together for a few months. Things are going well, except some issues she has with the fact that I'm friends with my ex from 8 years ago. I'm not in love / infatuated with my girlfriend yet, but she's the sweetest. She is very kinky. BDSM, toys, lingerie, films herself for me when I'm away, doing it in public, can go an entire night,
Damn.
but also very monogamous and only had serious relationships. I used to be very promiscuous though. I've had orgies and open relationships, but she still jokes about me being the vanilla one in bed. Today, while we were doing the deed, she got very turned on and said something. Talking dirty is very normal for us. She said, "Since our first date, when you id me raw, I knew mine was the best
Fuck me raw.
C you've ever been inside of. Isn't that so?" I didn't want to lie to her, but 5 years ago I was very in love with a girl with whom I had the best sex. But I had to break up with her because I wanted kids eventually, and she had ... Let's say a lot of issues with substance abuse and mental health, and almost cheated. She also used to let me do it with other women, which I'm not going to expect from my girlfriend, and that's fine. Obviously my girlfriend noticed it, and I can tell she's still sad. Yes, you're the asshole.
Yeah, that whole end is like a pity party.
Yeah.
That's all
Like,
it is.
get over yourself, dude. Get over yourself.
Oh, I'm really curious what he's gonna say.
So, okay, so, if a guy is asked that question, right? So you ask me that question, or a girl.
I don't
asks me
care
a
if I'm the
question.
best you had or not. You lie.
That's what I'm
And-
asking.
You lie. You say I'm the
That's
best.
what I'm
Damn
saying.
it.
Does the guy lie in this
Yes.
situation? Even
Honestly, yes.
In the
Even-
moment, yes, you lie.
Yes.
there you go.
At least. But
You lie.
he chose not to. I don't know. Honestly, is he really?
I respect his honesty.
Yeah,
Like at least he didn't he didn't lie, but when he was supposed to lie. So I mean, if he expected dirty talk, because it says it's very usual. It says it's very usual for them to have dirty talk. So you're telling me that this is the first time she's asked this, and your first instinct is to lie And first of all, he's not over his ex of 8 years. So that means he's still
that's a
thinking
big-
about it.
Listen to the first, the top comment. It says, yeah, if you can't tell, that's not really a situation that calls for honesty. She isn't publishing a paper. Leave the academic
fuck?
integrity out of the bedroom.
I think the whole friends with ex thing is like a...
That's automatically a red flag.
Yeah, what are you doing, dude?
Well,
Wait, what about that topic? Friends with exes. Okay or not okay?
not okay. All my exes are assholes and psychos. One of them actually turned into a transgender. So does that make me gay?
I don't- It does.
It does?
It
Okay.
does.
I am now
you're
gay.
yeah.
I came out. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the Famous for Nothing podcast.
My
where I
ex
came
likes
out.
boys, so...
Huh?
I said my ex likes boys, so...
That is true. That is true. But no. Like, is that a bad thing? Was that not okay?
Not necessarily.
It really depends.
Okay,
Friends with exes.
That's a tricky subject. It really is.
I don't think it's tricky at all.
I think if you're friends with the person that you were with right before I met you, that would make me feel funny. But for some reason, if years have gone by, I'm okay with it. And I can't tell you why, but I don't know.
All right,
It depends.
As
depends.
a for instance,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and put this in a perspective. Okay, I'm gonna put you, Isaac,
Mhm.
Keely, and Ryan in the story, just to kind of, for instance. All right, let's say Keely, you and Isaac are together, right?
Did she hook up around or did I?
Huh?
Did she hook up around or do I?
We're gonna go with you just to make this better.
Oh, okay.
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 So y'all two are together,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all split.
Mm-hmm.
You're now with Ryan,
Okay.
but since y'all were three, we're all good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you should still be talking to each other?
Okay, can we just make up a name? Because this is like... now
I'm
thinking,
just saying.
Now I'm thinking of Ryan.
So Teresa and Jason were together.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa and Jason broke up, and Jason got with Gottfried.
Yeah.
Teresa, Jason, and Gottfried are in a
Look,
friendship circle together.
The answer is... first of all, what was the relationship? Is it like a serious relationship or not a serious relationship? If it's a serious relationship, no.
I think if all parties are okay with it,
I can
don't
think
it's a
of
problem.
people I've dated right now, like especially one in general that I would just like still to be friends with, honestly. You know,
You can't or you do.
Huh?
You can't think of one or you do.
No, I
think
can't.
of
I mean, I can't think of one. We got along very well, and then
okay.
the breakup was
Mutual?
fine. You know,
Mutual.
I mean, not as mutual, but it wasn't as bad as most breakups. You know.
Yeah.
And
It
I
wasn't
think
explosive.
if we still talked, it'd be it'd be great. It would just be how you doing? How you doing? Okay, cool. You know, that'd be it. You know, it's nothing else to it. But there was still a connection, a strong connection before. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's crossing paths back and forth, in a way. You're not crossing a line, but you are kind of
You're getting towards the line you shouldn't be.
I don't know. I mean, that was a part of your life that is now gone, and you're kind of checking in on that part, oh, hey, what could have happened type of thing, or whatever, I don't know. I think
fair. That's a fair point.
there's obviously if you want to be friends with this person, I get it because of there was a reason you was with them in the first place,
I think it's okay to be on good terms with your ex.
I think good times
I
is fine.
don't think that you should be best friends.
Buddy.
No.
Yeah, no.
No,
You
not at
shouldn't
all.
be speaking every day.
No.
It's okay to check in and make sure they're alive.
Yeah,
But
that's fine. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't think you should be best friends. It's okay to be on the same page.
I'm gonna go check it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
But yeah, that's totally fine. I think me and you are kind of on the same page right now. If it's a long relationship or whatnot, I just think that if you broke up for a reason, and you guys should be separated, especially if you're in a new relationship. That's kind of just super disrespectful. Super disrespectful.
Yeah.
If you're if you had strong feelings for this person, if you loved this person at one point and you're still talking to them now while you apparently love someone else, you know, like, it's kind of fucked up, I think. But
I can agree with that.
yeah, I don't know. I think anyone who's like friends with their exes is like,
Obviously, there's unsolved feelings. That's what the stigma is.
I don't know if it's unsolved feelings, but there's missed feelings for sure. Like you can say what you want,
Whether
like,
it's one-sided or not.
or it could still be neutral, you know? Like, you could still be like, you actually don't want a relationship. But you do kind of miss what that felt like at that time. You know you're not going to have it again, you know? But you're going to miss, like, the memories and all this stuff, you know, whatever. Because there was obviously always good memories with a relationship. But yeah, anyway. I think you guys get the point, but yeah, I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead,
friends with
read-
exes, not cool. Not good.
Go ahead and read another one, Kelly. You got this.
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she's friends with the guy she cheated with?
Yes.
Yes.
We just, that was what we
That's
talked
literally
about.
what we
just
just
goes
talked
hand
about.
in hand
Yeah.
with
Yes.
our last topic
Yeah.
of conversation. Okay, for context, this is an update. This is just an update.
Are we still going with the old rule that if we all agree with it, we skip it, or are we just reading it? I don't care. I'm just wondering if that's what we're doing.
Let's go with the flow.
Just go with the flow.
You guys give a shit about this? You want me to
I mean, it's kind of already.
Which one? The one we just...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we just had a
skip.
conversation.
Okay.
That was like yeah, I think we're all on the same page on that one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, am I the asshole for refusing to see my grandson because my daughter refused to co-sign an apartment for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Juicy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Grandfather, grandson.
Whatever it is, you're refusing
Daughter?
to see a child that has nothing to do with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you have to involve the kid?
Yeah.
Because you want to stab. You want to stab him, basically. Get him where it hurts. With the kniffy.
That's pity too. Like, people use a kid to like...
Yeah.
Oh,
or a
yeah.
statement or.
Why do you think in divorces they always try and get custody most of the time? Most of the time they don't care about the kids. They just want to get the custody to stab the other person.
Yeah. Like...
No offense to anybody that did, but
No, offense to all people that did. Like,
offense to all of them.
Yeah, fuck them. Like, the
I mean,
people-
like if you went in that situation and that's what it's not what happened. You know what I mean?
No, fuck them.
Just fuck them. Fuck them all.
No, yeah, there's a lot of people, especially like people I know, like I used to work with and whatnot, that like, you know, they don't have like, you know, all the custody of the kid, and they would just do like these really just like petty stuff with the child just to get like a fuck you to them, and it's like, y'all broke up like what, like years ago, and you still like, you just can't get enough of the whole, you know, screwing them over. It's really weird how, what's with that, babe?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that?
Girls, it could be guys too.
Yeah.
But for this instance, and you're
Mainly women, like when they have a full custody of a child or half custody, whatnot, they will use the child a lot of times just to say a screw you to this person, even though they've been broken up for like years, and just say like, this girl has this guy come over or whatever and like take the kid out without ever even telling this dude, just because, for the main reason that she knew it would piss him off, type of thing, you know.
I mean,
shit
if
like
she's
that.
doing it out of spite, it's obviously wrong. But
What makes, like, I would say it's mostly women, but it's guys too, but most,
the stigma is women.
yeah,
the stigma
How
is
the
also that
pettiness.
men are bad fathers.
True.
They
Very
are.
True.
Yeah, that is
That's
true.
it. That
Yeah.
comes into play. That was what I was gonna elaborate on. Like, a lot of the parents that I know are people in my age group, and the majority of the Papa Bears are not great people. They're not great fathers. I mean,
But we
like-
also know some females, I'm not going to name any name, but we also know females that are not great mothers.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I guess that is the stereotype is male's bad dad.
I think everyone deserves a chance. But, I mean,
I'm just saying women have more.
Just shitty.
Women have more reputation of just being super petty for no reason, like years later.
It's because women are crazy. Our brains don't operate the same way that you guys do. We are crazy. Like that. I mean.
Do you think all women are crazy?
To an extent, yeah. We all got our craziness. We do. Yeah.
Okay. Elaborating on that. I want to ask this for your perspective. I'm going to snowball. I'm sorry.
We're more emotional.
So, do you think that women have to speak their emotion for everybody to know that they're feeling that emotion? Do you think that goes with a lot of women and what they feel? And the only reason why I ask this is because I want to pull her into this. My wife does this thing that aggravates the crap out of me. When she's angry, me and her handle anger very differently. I soak it in, shut down, try and figure out what's going on, and then work it through. She's, for lack of a better word, explosive. She will let you know when she's pissed, why she's pissed, and you're going to know about it. Do you think that's what most women do?
Absolutely. We're more emotional. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty much all the time more emotional than you are. We don't know how to be quiet a lot of the time, and we're very attention seeking. Like we want you to make us feel better. Like we don't know how to deal with our emotions. Like
I disagree.
okay, well, I'm a woman.
Okay, well, can I butt in on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. They don't want to be better. So, I'm speaking for the woman.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Speaking
for
for the woman.
For the woman.
So give me
Okay.
yes. I'm speaking for the woman.
Let's speak. Okay.
So
let's hear
say
that.
say there's a problem going on, right?
Uh-huh.
Say Becky is something. I don't know. Becky, y'all work at a gas station, okay? And Becky is taking the shifts before you can take them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Becky's taking your shifts.
You work at
But
the same place as Becky?
Mm-hmm.
But it's first come, first serve. That's what it is. Okay, so the shift comes available, and she keeps getting it, and you're getting pissed about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the option? What would you do?
In this scenario, what would I do, like, as a male or as a female?
What would you do as a male?
I'm not very confrontational, but I would suggest, like, hey, do you mind?
Okay,
one?
let's go in more detail. The shift releases at like 4:00, right?
Okay.
Whatever. Becky keeps getting it. Becky checks it all the time at like 5 or 6, and she takes it like an hour later because it's first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you do as a male?
I would probably ask her, hey, look, do you mind sparing a shift or two for me? I understand it's first come, first serve, but I haven't had the chance to get a few. Do you mind to spare a few?
Okay, I was expecting. I was expecting more of, hey, I'm gonna check at like 4:00.
Or go earlier.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get it before her. That would be, so if you came at me saying like, hey, this is what's going on, and I'd be like, just check early before her, set a timer, and it'd be okay, right?
Now, if that was her answer, like as a total bitch, then that'd be different.
But that's a kind of male brain talking, right?
I guess, yeah.
That's not a solution at all.
You don't think so?
No, she doesn't give a shit about the fucking. Sorry, you guys don't give a damn about the problem. Okay, they don't want a solution to the damn problem. When your wife comes at you, okay, your wife comes at you with a problem. Do you give her solutions to that problem?
Yes.
Easy solutions.
Yes.
Right?
They want to feel they want you to feel their emotion.
Yes, but like they don't care about the solution. It's not the actual problem. They just want to be heard. They just want
Yes.
Because it could be like whatever problem it is. And
we're not as simple-minded as you. Okay.
So it's just like
it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just
it can be though.
It is,
and that's fair.
It is whenever there's like complaining and all this stuff going on, and you're just like, you could just do this, and it's like, you can't do that because blah 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 blah, and it's like, oh, you don't care about the solution. You just
I can give a perfect example to this.
okay. Yes,
Actually.
go ahead.
So just for context, my wife does the grocery shopping. She took it upon herself to do it. So we all just kind of backed off on it because she took it upon herself to do it. It's not the fact that we're lazy. It's the fact that she's very, for lack of a better word, controlling of that. That's her way to control it. Okay? So she was going to go grocery shopping for 2 weeks. Whenever she goes, she buys the food for 2 weeks, right? Well, she was kind of aggravated that she has to go again, even though she puts it on herself. Again, this is one-sided talking, so don't think this is, me bashing on her. But she came up to me and she's like, God, I don't want to go grocery shopping. I said, well, you put it upon yourself to do this. I don't want to go grocery shopping, but, I'll go with you. And she goes, no, you don't want to. I said, well, I can go with you if that's what you want.
She wants you to say that you'll do it.
She wants me to want to go, essentially.
Well, not just that, but even if you went, I feel like not just that,
It's not the fact that me going. Our brain goes, oh, well, you'll just go with me. Their brain goes, well, I want you to want to so that we can have fun and do it together.
Well, not just that, but also even if you just offered to go, she could just say no because you might get the wrong things or you might not get whatever, She might not even act. I mean, there's a chance she could want you to go, but there is also the woman brain is she doesn't even want you to fucking go because she wants to do the shopping because she gets all the right stuff. All this.
You think you have us all figured out, don't you?
Am I wrong?
You don't even have it all figured out.
Am I wrong? Yes, no?
You're right.
Okay, so
but there's
that's
always more to the story than that.
That's the thing. There's always more to the story, so you just have to listen to it. You can't solve it.
Do you think women get off to the idea that they can't be figured out?
You can figure it out. They don't want to though.
No. Do you think they get off to the idea that they can't be figured out? Like the fact that they can
being mysterious and complicated.
Like they get off to the idea that you can't figure out what they want. Do you think that's true?
No, I think they just want to Sorry.
Again, this is a very general.
We're out to get you.
No. It's just you just don't want. You just want to talk about the problem and not. You don't want the problem to be solved. You want it to stay a problem. Whatever.
So that you can
if
feed
it's a
the
problem,
emotion.
it needs to stay a problem because it's more of a problem if you solve that problem.
And we want you to hear our problem out.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's more of a problem if you solve that problem.
But you're bitching that there's a problem in general. You just don't want it fixed. You just want them to feel your emotions. That,
Yeah, you just
you're
want to know
validated.
there's a problem. You don't want it solved.
Oh my God.
You do not want it solved at all. You just want you want everyone to know there's a
See,
fucking
we listen,
problem.
damn it. We just don't want to.
I'm sorry. What was it again? I interrupted and I was like, hey, blah 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 about.
Oh no, it's spicy.
Because we can talk about it.
It
Whatever.
doesn't matter now.
No,
Just-
you gave a point of view. She gave a point of view, and I was like, hold on, I disagree with that. And this is
Oh, it was.
I was telling you that women are generally attention seeking and
that's
we are
true.
very emotional.
That's true.
We are more emotional than you are. That's a fact.
What was that
We
disagreed
always
on?
will be.
It was the.
Then you started talking about Becky and the gas station.
The original question I asked her was, why do you think that women put their emotions first and want to let you know that they're feeling that emotion?
Yes.
And her answer was, yes, they're very attention seeking. They want to, they lead with their emotions.
Yeah, and we don't want
I
to
agree with that.
necessarily. It's just,
And they can't help it.
It's just our nature.
It was. You said something about the whole. You want us
we don't
to
try to be shitty.
solve the problem. Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, you don't want the problem solved. You just want to be.
I'm not trying to bash. I'm trying to get into like a mindset of like.
I'm trying to
what-
bash a little bit. I'm sorry. I
wanna
love
see,
you.
I want to see how the gears turn a little.
I love you, but it is very frustrating when you talk to me about a problem for 20 minutes and I've given you a solution 5 minutes in, and
And then a second solution, and maybe even a third solution.
and then it just keeps going.
I get it. You've made your point.
I love you.
Are
but-
you mad? Do you get mad that he has the solutions
No.
you didn't think of?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, I just
Or were you mad that
I get the
problem was
impression that
simple?
he's talking about work issues I have.
No,
and
no.
I get anxious when
No,
when
I'm not
it
even
comes
talking
to
about work.
So, okay.
No.
Okay,
Work,
never mind.
Okay, so whenever she comes in and talks about work, she just talks about... I find that as just like a work day. Because it's like, how you doing at work? And...
I thought you were talking about like conflicts I have with like...
Coworkers and stuff?
Yeah,
I mean,
coworkers not wanting to help me out and stuff. But
no, nothing to do with that. But it's no, it's just like other things that you would talk about, and I can bring up an example after the podcast or whatever, you know. And you would obviously agree with me on that one. But yeah, you would just come up with these like problems, and then I'm just like, here's an easy solution, and you're like, I don't want that solution, whatever.
it's not that I disagree with you and I'm being stubborn just to be stubborn.
Well, I know, like I don't think his wife, like, she doesn't disagree with what he says. She doesn't give a shit about that, what he says right now. She just wants...
And that's a big
we do really just want to be heard sometimes. I don't know.
I don't want to say it's a big problem, but it's been a big obstacle for us to get over, is the fact that she gets aggravated at the way that I handle it. She actually has said it before. She was aggravated at my parents, because I still live with my parents, of course. I'm a freeloader, so it's fine. Don't agree with that, you asshole. Look, she got aggravated because I was starting to get, agitated. I was like, look, you can't say that to them. You can't. That's not right. Let me say what you're going to try to say. It wasn't right for me to say that, but I did. And she goes, you're not going to say what's right. And I was like, well, I'm going to say what you need to say, so you don't say what you don't need to, so we can avoid this situation altogether.
That sounds like a spicy situation.
It wasn't fun that day. But
you can't get mouthy with your partner's parents ever.
Again, it's a very touchy, back and forth.
Yeah.
Also,
I can imagine.
Speaking of partners' parents, one thing, I feel like if you ever have a relationship and you're fighting or something happens, I don't think you should ever tell your friends. Maybe your friends, depends who it is, but don't ever tell your family about it. I think that's a big thing.
I agree.
If you are fighting at all about something and you guys are just in a big disagreement and you feel like it's definitely one side, like this person did something wrong, whatnot, don't ever tell your family about it. Because the thing is like, most of the time
a parent, not like an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent, maybe a sibling, because I can picture a sibling being like your best friend or something.
Even then, it's like...
So are you talking about like don't talk to them about it because they're gonna be on your side?
Yeah,
but
and they're not gonna forget about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like no matter what the problem is, even if it's something small or if it was something big, most of the time you guys are gonna figure out at some point you're gonna get together, and it's gonna be past history.
Yeah, that's
not history to whoever you told. Your family member, they're not gonna forget that. They're gonna see that person. They're gonna know that what that happened that time, and they're not gonna forget.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure we got people in our family that's done some stuff or whatever. You probably think one person particularly in the head, Yep. Yeah. If we never were told that and we just saw that,
we would have never had that impression of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
I understand that.
Family doesn't forget, and most of the time friends don't forget,
I think it'd be different unless you like constantly live with this family. Like say if Phoenix had like his girlfriend live with y'all with Phoenix. He's pulling girls at 8 years old. What is he, like 8, 7, 8? He's pulling girls at 8. That's a good job. No, say he had a girlfriend over and y'all live with him. And he lives with y'all. And they get into like a huge fight. Well, what if he comes to you to talk to you about advice?
The living
At that point, his girlfriend is under your roof. So you have a right to know.
I feel like the living thing...
You're an adult. If you're out on your own, keep your mouth shut.
No. Yeah. Well, no, not just that. Okay, well, the living situation is different because I feel like they're going to find out anyway. But I also don't think you should go to your parents' advice about your relationship because, again, they're not going to forget. They can try to give you this advice, and they're still going to, give this advice to you and be like, this is probably what happened. And it's probably really good advice. But they still know that person did that to their son or to their daughter. Yeah.
You should never involve your parents unless you're living under the same roof together, then
Again,
it's kind of
it's
inevitable.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom, but I think I figured that one out for my mom. Like, I told my mom about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I love my mom, and she did give me good advice about a problem I had or whatever. But whenever I went to my mom again, it's like, me and her is like arguing or whatever. It's like, oh, is it because of like she did this before? And like, oh, like that's still in the back of the head. And you're thinking that's like the first thing you're gonna think of, you know? And it's like,
Then wouldn't you have to talk about more of their problems so that previous one would go in the back of their head?
Almost. And then it's just a vicious cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like...
Relationships are ugly.
They can be.
Yeah, relationships are really ugly, and the ugliest part, the parents, the people close to you are going to remember the ugliest parts of the other person.
Yep.
So, I think that's always a big thing.
Naturally, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I don't know.
If you can help it, don't involve your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like siblings are a little different.
I have a very cool question to me.
Okay.
How much time do we have left? Do I have enough time for a question?
Yeah,
Okay. I want your views on women equality or feminine equality. Do you believe that women are treated equally? As a generality, I know you can't speak for every woman in the world. I get that. But I'm talking like in a generality. Do you think your gender is treated equally?
I feel like if you look at statistics, typically we're not paid as much. However, generally, we're treated the same, if not a little bit better. We almost get special treatment. Like I can't argue about anything. I think we're what's the word? The
stigmatism?
No, the what of crime, like the subject of more, I don't know, we're victims of more crimes, like we're more likely to be targeted and stuff. However, I think we are treated the same. I mean, I'm not going to argue about that. We might get paid a little bit less in a work environment, but I can't really complain about the way that I'm treated. I think that, like, I don't have anything bad to say regarding that.
Ask it to a girl that's not pretty.
Ask it to a girl that's not pretty? Okay. I was expecting something different.
No, I don't.
I don't think anybody's treated like, or any genre or gender or, I guess race at all is treated the same.
Okay. Do you think mothers have an unfair stigmatism to them?
Yes.
And the reason why I asked that is because I want you to think, and then I actually want to see your point of view on this. If you were to see a mother and a child on a park, okay? Kids playing, having a great time with other kids, having just a ball. But the mom's on her phone. What's your immediate thought?
I mean, I don't really care.
I don't have a thought. She's probably a tired mom. Anybody can pick up their phone and use it. Like, I don't think you're a bad parent for using it.
Do you think she's quote-unquote lazy?
Absolutely not.
Do you think she's unattentive?
Absolutely not. You're not seeing the whole picture.
True.
If
and I'm not saying she is.
her phone for an hour straight, maybe. But, I mean,
okay, now
probably a tired mom.
Switch the mom with the dad now. If the dad is sitting there at the park, kids playing around, and the dad's on his phone, do you think any people think that he's lazy at any point?
People probably do. I'm not saying I do personally. But I understand what you're trying to say.
I'm not saying it's right. I've seen a post on social media saying like moms in general have like a huge unfair, what would you call it?
Advantage.
I wouldn't call it an advantage, but I also wouldn't call it. It's like it
is an advantage.
Prejudice.
Like a stigma, I guess. Where, and I actually was going towards the more like negative side of it. To where like mothers have like such a negative outlook on what they do. So if you see like a mom in a park on her phone, people immediately think laziness. Or if
I feel like it's swapped for me.
you think so?
Personally,
Really?
it's swapped.
Or when a dad is out there in the park, oh, you're spending time with, having a father-son day. But when a mom's out there, they're taking care of their kid. When in reality, it should be like they're both taking care of their kid. If the dad's out walking with their kids, like, oh, it's so sweet. And if the mom's out, it's like, oh, where's the dad? It's like, oh, well, he's at work. I can't really remember what the post said, but it was more or less like,
I've seen similar things.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how much people think of that stuff when really it's equal.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's not.
It should be.
It should be equal, but
Yeah.
most of the time, the mom is taking care of the kid more. Whether that's because the dad's just not there, or the mom...
Dad's usually the main breadwinner.
Or...
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
But in today's economy, hell, it goes either way.
Yeah.
Or like I was talking to a while ago, moms could also just be super petty about things and just like not let them see the kid for whatever reason. And I feel like that happens a lot. Especially in the work environment, you hear about that shit. I can't see my kid because blah, 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 And it's like, I don't know. It's a, I feel like you shouldn't, I feel like if you're complaining about not seeing your kid, there's probably more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or she could just be super petty.
I got another question here. I love these kind of questions. These are great. Okay. If you're tired of these questions, let me know, okay? But it's just really fascinating because I like hearing both sides. All right. So let's say a man and a woman have a child, right? And the mom is a total piece of shit, right? But the dad's actually being a part of it. He's being very active, being very, a part of it. Again, this scenario is very one-sided, as you can probably tell. The dad gets custody, right? There's actually a movie based on this, I think. And
yeah, me too.
Over time, the mom gets better and asks for custody back, and the dad says no. Do you think the mom's going to win that custody battle?
In the eyes of the law, yes.
In the eyes of the law?
Yes.
But switch the roles.
No.
Absolutely not. No.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Isn't that messed up, though?
Yes, but in Georgia,
I mean,
specifically,
that's
a lot of other
crazy.
states too. Yeah, of course, it's unfair.
That's
of course.
that's nuts.
What are you gonna do about it?
There ain't nothing I can do about it. But.
Like
the chances of a male getting full custody is like almost like very it's very rare. Like you never hear about it,
Yeah, he's like
and even if they do,
1 in
they can lose it just like that. Even if they do get full custody, they can lose it really quick.
I mean, I think if you lose it, then you're probably doing something wrong. And I'll say like this, like me personally, because I mean I think most of us know that I do have like full custody of my kid, whatnot. If the mom wants to see, Phoenix or see the kid, I don't stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
And the same thing, if he asks about her, like, you can call her, you can do whatever, I'm not, like, the whole, like, we're talking about the petty thing, like, me and his mom, like, don't get along, obviously, because we separated, things happened. It was a whole drama. It was not one of those, good breakups. It was one of those bad breakups,
Yeah.
Not good, but it happens. It's part of a relationship. But that kid's not the relationship. The kid is its own, like, like you can't take out whatever, you have with the kid off the relationship. Like, there's a better way to say that. And I can't remember. There's like a saying for it. I can't remember what it is. But like, don't take the relationship out on the kid. But yeah. And if you're doing that, I don't see any reason like why they like should try to go back and forth or whatever, because like there was, I'm not gonna get into it, but there was a reason like I did have to go to that part, but like I think if either side, whoever has full custody, long as they're like the other side is still letting them see, and spend time with that kid whenever they want, like I don't think that's an issue,
Yeah.
and long like as long as nothing's going on as far as like, you know, like just anything sketchy or just like bad stuff going on that the kid, you know, won't be around. There's not really very many reasons why they, you know, like, what are you gonna tell the kid when they grow up? Oh, you couldn't see your parent because, you know, I didn't want you to, or whatever. Like as a parent, you'd be like, oh, I didn't want you to see them, you know, type of thing.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. That happened with my dad and my mom too. Is like, whenever I was growing up, that was the thing. Was like they were separated when I was growing up, and like I would always go back and forth. They didn't like each other at all. You know, they hated each other. It seemed like, but you know, I got to see both of them. I had both sides of my family, or both sides of my mom and dad. You know, one more than the other most of the time. But
Yeah.
you know, and growing up, you know, I'm glad it worked out that way. You know, I'm glad my dad or my mom wasn't like, yeah, I was keeping you from seeing them because of my personal vendetta. Or whatever.
That's true.
You know, that's the whole personal vendetta stuff is just wild. But
It's just crazy the stigmas we have in this world.
it is. The idea of like how hard it is for a father to get custody or whatever because the mom automatically just has everything right off the bat. You know, like I don't like that at all personally. You know, as a guy, because I feel like it should be split. But
Okay, since you said that,
Mhm.
do you think a joint decision should be made for any other child's well-being? And what I mean by that is both the mother and the father should make the decision for what's best for their child, and not
As in
just. So I don't know, a surgery for their kid, you know.
Yeah, whether or not they go to private school or public school.
Yeah. Should that be a joint decision, or should that just be the mom's decision?
I mean, obviously, join.
Would you believe me if I told you that majority of them would just listen to the mom?
I mean, obviously, yeah,
Isn't that crazy though?
yeah. Like, I mean, most of the time, the moms are like the ones making all the choices for everything, like everything. Like, it doesn't matter what the guy says or whatever. I got a more controversial for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
How about a male, female are about to have a kid? One of them doesn't want to have the kid and the other one does. What happens out of that?
The one with the vagina gets to choose.
That's a very, very.
I
God, that's a
don't-
tough question though.
I'm sorry, I'll die on this hill.
I'm
There's
not-
only one right answer. Like, come on, you don't.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong or right. I'm not gonna say anything negative because
But
this topic is extremely.
I get it, but that is also extremely fucked up because of the vice versa.
Let's put this into
Thing.
perspective real quick. Okay?
I get it.
It's consensual sex on both sides, which
Yeah.
means you both knew the risks.
Yeah.
Which
Don't
means
be a silly goose.
if you didn't wear a rubber, you knew the risks,
Mm-hmm.
which means you 100% consented to having that child, whether or not you meant to or not, which means you technically had no right to say no, whether or not your body, because you made the choice, both parties,
What if you wore rubber and it
That
still
was
happened?
very well said. I love that.
which means that I'm very against abortion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the idea. So that means that if you both had consensual sex, it's not your choice anymore. You are carrying that child.
Ooh, he went straight one way.
Yes.
No, I'm on the opposite side of that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm completely opposite side of that.
You think she should have the abortion? Really?
Yeah, no, I think that abortions are like totally okay. Like, yes, I think if you can make a kid, then yeah, you have the right to decide. Because if you don't want to have a kid, I'm sorry,
You
but
shouldn't have had the sex to begin with.
I mean, probably not. But you probably shouldn't have a kid and make it suffer because you didn't want to have a kid. Because that's probably what's going to happen. Most of the time, if you don't want to have a kid at the time, or something's not going on at the right time, that kid's probably going to have a pretty shitty life because, you know.
That could be with different choices of after having the kid, but
Mm-hmm.
what I mean is,
I know what you're saying. I'm saying that you're saying that like, if you are an adult enough, or if you're, you know, you think you're grown up enough to have a kid, then, or you think you're grown up to have sex, then
you're grown up to have a child.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's not true at all. Sorry.
You don't.
They were
you
those
don't think
teenagers.
so?
When I had sex when I was 14, I was not ready to have a kid.
No.
No. But
So
I was
then
15. Not
You
ready to
never
have
should
a
have
kid.
done it to begin with.
Probably.
If you don't want
Mhm.
that done, don't get it done.
What?
However, I feel like you
Again, I'm not saying anybody's wrong or right. I'm saying my portion.
Oh yeah,
of
no.
it. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're wrong.
you
No,
have
no, you're not wrong. The thing is, like,
It's just point of view.
you have the right
Yeah.
to do what you want. to do.
There's two mindsets to this, and there is no like right way because it depends who you're asking and who's right. That's the thing. Like there's no wrong way, no right way because there is a right way, but it's all opinion based. That's it. That's all it is, you know. But that is my opinion. Is like, yeah, I think abortions are fine, especially if the kid's not even been born yet. You can say the heartbeat or whatnot, but no, like.
What's so messed up is the action is for both, but the end result only affects one.
That is
That is what's crazy, and that's what makes everybody so pulled apart. Think about this for a minute. If the action was for both, and the end result was for both, like you both carried it, there would be no issue. But since the action is for both, and the end result is just for one to carry it, that's where the problem lies. That's where everybody has a problem with. I have to carry this for 9 months. But what you didn't expect was you made the decision to carry that. It was only when reality hit when you were like, oh shit, I didn't think this would happen. Now I have to deal with it. But again, differences of opinions. If you think abortion's right, I mean, that's your point of view. I mean, generally speaking, you shouldn't be having it if you're not ready to do it, because that's why you have sex, is to create a child.
false.
Why?
False.
That's the point of it.
That's
Respectfully.
no. I mean, I'm sorry. That is. I mean, you can say like humankind, human nature is just like to, just
Breed.
well, yeah,
To reproduce,
It's
yes.
to reproduce. No, I'm sorry. Is that the meaning of life? I don't think so. I don't think that the meaning of life is like just to have sex or whatnot. I think the meaning of life is like to find the happiness or find all this other stuff. And you could like just make love with somebody without wanting a kid with them. You could want to have this
understand
connection.
that.
And there's so much more to sex than just like the cum going inside.
Yes, I understand that.
Like there's a lot more there.
I don't
than
think
that.
people should be reckless. I think that
I don't think they
if
should be
you
reckless
don't
either.
want a kid,
Yeah.
there are precautions that should be
There-
taken.
Yep. There's birth control. There's a
However,
bunch of ways.
But
to
nothing's
prevent.
at 100% though.
Yeah. There's a bunch of ways to prevent this, and if you're not doing anything to prevent it, you're kind of asking for trouble.
Exactly. So
But
again, a very black and white.
but also
Gray
you're you can try to be risky about it or whatnot.
Now, I do not think it was right for them to take away the right for abortions. Although I am against it, 100%, it wasn't right for them to take it away. Because that's taking away a right. They made a black and white law for a gray issue.
Yeah, that's very true. That's fucked up.
Yeah, they shouldn't have taken it away. Even though I am against it, 100%, they shouldn't have taken it away. And that was the problem. They made a black and white law for a gray issue matter.
I think it's fucked up how like the one-sided thing. If one person wants a kid and the other one doesn't, it doesn't matter. Like
The woman's going to have to say so.
yeah.
Because she has to carry it. It's
but-
messed up, but that's how it is.
But it also, at the same time, it's like, say I want to have a kid, but she doesn't. Like, yeah, obviously she's carrying it for 9 months, or vice versa. Is like she wants to have the kid and I don't. She's gonna have to put up with the pain or whatever it is,
yeah,
Like,
but that's just it. Like, think of the worst pain you've ever had in your life.
mhm.
That's what childbirth is. That's it.
It's the equivalent of breaking 23 bones at once.
It's unimaginable. If a woman wants to do that, she's kind of a badass,
You know what's crazy?
Let her do it.
After you give birth, there's a chemical in your brain that makes you forget it.
I've never heard that before.
Yes, it's proven. After a woman gives birth, there is
He's had like 3 kids. Every time he's
there's a chemical in your brain that makes you forget the pain so that you have more children.
Oh,
It happens
that
over
makes sense.
It happens over years of a time, but yeah, it's
That's a little psychotic though.
Ain't it?
Oh, what? I've never heard that.
I don't know what it feels like to give birth, but I feel like I'm sure it's extremely
shit.
painful. I'm sure it is extremely painful.
Like, literally ask a woman that's ever given birth
Oh, yeah,
before.
I'm
She'll
sure.
tell you it's the worst pain she's ever felt.
I'm gonna get a lot of
in her
hate
life.
for this, but like, yeah, I feel like it is.
It's not that
extremely-
bad.
No, it's not that bad. I'm not saying that, but it's like the you say it's equivalent of breaking 23 bones. I don't know if it's that bad because like that's pretty bad compared to like that's like saying it's equivalent of breaking 23 bones, but those bones can still bend a good bit type of thing. Because
Respectfully, stop.
sorry.
Respectfully.
Sorry. But the thing is what I'm getting to is like it dilates, you know? It gets ready for childbirth. It's not like it stays the same.
Picture like a pimple on your face.
I feel like I'm getting worse.
Let
and
me
worse
go grab
and
a
worse.
watermelon.
Yeah.
Like, let me go grab a watermelon. Like, and shove a watermelon inside of that pimple on your face. Like,
But the pimple gets a little bit bigger
All right.
before you do
a
that.
little bit bigger.
All right,
a little bit
I'm
bigger.
gonna
He
put this-
said a little bit
That's
bigger.
actually a good way to put it. Yeah, it is just a little bit. All I'm saying is like I feel like it would.
The dilation
could be-
hurts, by the way. The contracting and dilation, yes, it hurts. The expanding of the cervix, yes, it hurts.
Well, all I'm saying is, I feel like if it just happened, it'd be a lot worse than the dilating. But you know, that's probably not a good point at all. Yeah,
At least he admits it. It's okay.
I feel like that's not
You're
a good
okay.
point.
You're okay.
Look, all I'm saying is I saw it happen, and I know I didn't feel it, but I saw it happen. I was like, oh, that's gonna come out of that. And then whenever it was about before it happened, I'm like, oh, that looks like it'd be a lot easier to come out of that now. You know, like.
Did you seriously say that when Phoenix was? Please tell me you were sitting next to him and going, "Nah, you could do that." Like,
No,
that's not
no.
that bad.
It was more of. I mean, it was more. No, I'm not gonna talk about it because it's kind of
You know
disrespectful to
what?
the other person. But
If you lean to the left, it should be fine.
no, it's not like that. But it was just more like, oh, that's what that looks like, type of thing. You know, like.
Like you're figuring it out, or
No, not just figuring it
It's
out.
the realization
Oh,
that your
okay.
body, a woman's body, kind of.
Gets ready. You
Yeah.
know. In my head, I always thought it was like, you know, you just fucking, you know,
No.
all the way through. No, it gets ready before, and it's like, oh, that's still bad. Don't get me
Very.
wrong, it's still very bad. But you know, seeing it happen, I was like, not as bad as I was expecting, and I guess there was still blood everywhere and shit. Was just you know,
Yeah.
it's childbirth. You know, it's bad, and it's like, oh, that looks very painful. But again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You can cut this out. It's okay.
I'm gonna keep it in, just whatever. But like, I feel really
In
horrible.
10 years from now, when he has like 100,000 subs, it's gonna be like, oh my god, I said this.
Look, my I'm not saying it's not bad, and I'm not saying it's not extremely
I know what you're
painful.
saying.
I'm saying, seeing it happen, I thought it was gonna be a bit worse than
What it was, because in your mind, it was
That's
10
fair.
times worse than what
you
it
had
was.
a certain expectation.
I guess.
and-
I don't know, but I'm sure it is still really bad. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I will say also the whole breaking 23 bones. Don't.
I believe that's what it was. It was the equivalent,
Yeah.
I think,
It's-
of breaking.
It's a lot of
23
bones.
But when that happens, I will say this: when that happens, when those 23 bones like break, that fucking sucks. But then it's over, right?
No.
Childbirth is like
6
no,
weeks later.
I
You're-
mean,
you're
no.
still-
12 weeks later.
Okay, look, if you break your stuff, you're like, oh, that fucking hurts, but like, you know, it kind of sucks. But it's kind of, you know.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
I think you just lost the audio.
The fuck?
A woman's vagina?
Oh, yeah.
But
Imagine.
There have been tales of everything on the inside coming out.
okay, we're back. It's because I'm sitting in the spot where the
Fucking
wires
gruesome.
usually are, and I unplugged it. at some point. I guess when I was like waving my hands around talking about, oh, childbirth ain't shit. I did something. But again, not the point I was making. I'm sure my explanation and the way I talk
It was perfect.
Makes it sound
Perfect
like that's what I was saying, but that is absolutely not what I was saying. That shit sucks, and I apologize if it came off that way. But this editing is already going to be fucking horrible trying to do this now
doubt.
and whatnot. So this episode is going to be out during Christmas time, probably. As I thought it was going to be around my birthday or whatever, you know. But I think it's going to be around Christmas time, like she said. So, anybody have any last things to say? And say something about childbirth?
I don't have anything to say.
I'm never having kids.
Never having kids?
Never having kids.
I
Gotcha.
would prefer not to have any kids.
You have
either.
Phoenix?
Yes, I have Phoenix. I'm not birthing my own.
She has Phoenix. She's not birthing her own.
Well, we got something to announce before we get off this podcast.
Do you?
No. But,
Is it twins?
this has been episode 52, guys. Very controversial.
Very.
Oh.
Yes. Especially about the kids. Do you have them? Do you not? Who decides? Can you decide? Who knows? Find out more on episode 3.
Hang on.
What's that? At the Famous for Nothing podcast.
Hey, you're on speaker.
Uh-oh.
And you're being recorded. Say
Never
hi.
mind.
Hello, the Famous for Nothing podcast.
Hi.
I was just telling you that supper's ready.
So you're caller number 3. So you know what you get to win?
What?
Do you know?
No.
Ozzy didn't tell her?
I think I did, but I think she doesn't care. So she just...
Okay. Now that we have her on the phone, honey, do you think childbirth is hard?
Oh, God.
Absolutely not.
Not?
Absolutely not.
So you think it's not the equivalent of breaking 23 bones?
Absolutely not.
Are you sure?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn. No.
No, you must keep
cutting
going.
that.
We're cutting that bit, okay? Hold on. Yeah.
No.
I'm just kidding. I think childbirth's really hard.
No.
No.
Come on. Hold on.
I'm just gonna make myself sound better. Just keep it.
I'll call her back in a minute. Go ahead and end it.
I'm just gonna cut that completely, make it myself sound better.
Oh shit.
But no, tell her we're signing off or whatnot.
Hang up on me again.
Let me call you back, okay?
Are you in the middle of the podcast?
Yes, we're about to end it off.
Okay, I just want you to know that everything's done.
Alright, I'll see you at home. Love you, bye.
Okay, so from what you just heard right there, all she
woman
said,
herself.
yeah, all she said was it's not that hard. She said it multiple times, and she said nothing else.
Yes.
So, power of editing.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But I feel like it was bad at first, and then I explained myself, and it wasn't as bad. But now I keep joking about it, and I make it worse and worse and worse.
Isaac.
Yeah,
And
you're
I-
just digging your hole deeper
and now I'm just
deeper.
making it worse. Like I actually got out of the hole, I think, for a minute because I explained like, oh, this is actually what I meant, and then I went back into the hole and be like, this is not. I didn't mean to do this hole, and I'm doing it more and more. I'm still digging.
I'm gonna end the hole right here. So
I'm gonna find my way back in.
I know you are. So
Oh,
shut
no,
up.
Yeah.
You had an expectation that it was gonna be.
Oh no. Okay. That was a joke. I'm not actually trying to. Whatever. No, I'm dropping it. I'm ending that.
You're dropping it.
Yeah.
All right, end it.
Yeah. It's been a joke. Sorry. Yes. This is the Famous for Nothing podcast. You have anything else? She's zoned out now. She's like, I'm over this shit.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Thanks for coming on, guys.
This episode is sponsored by Anchor.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it actually kind of is, but I don't sponsor.
I use Anchor for podcasting. It is very good, very user friendly. I use it on my iPhone and my Android.
You know how I know he doesn't use Anchor? Because it's not called Anchor anymore.
Oh, what is it called? Oh shit! Hang on.
So
No. Hang on. Do I still have it? Hang on. Oh.
It's not called Anchor.
Is it Spotify for? Is it Spotify for podcasters?
Oh, look at that. He knows.
Okay, cool. Same thing. Sponsored. Send me money. I'll expect it in the mail.
It's actually still called Anchor.
Son
So
of a
I'll
bitch.
let you guys go.
Bye. I'm
Oh, yeah,
going.
yeah. Bye.
I'll be dreaming. 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 I'll be dreaming.